Guys, I am once again at the US-Mexico border, this time on the Arizona Trail. In the state of Arizona, I had to walk a couple miles, 1,000 feet down probably to get to this monument, and now I start 800 miles north. I don't know what this trail is going to bring. I'm hoping for good things, but you never know. I think that's part of the appeal of these hikes, is just throwing yourself out there and just trying your best and hoping for the best, and that's what I'm doing. Hoping to meet cool people. I'm hoping to see awesome sights. I'm hoping to just have an awesome kind of semi-wildernessy experience out here. Also of note, I still feel like, in my mind anyway, I can just take off and do 25-30 mile days. I'm still in the Pacific Crest Trail mode. But I can already tell I am not going to be able to do that. My legs are not there, but my mind is there. The motivation's there, but I don't think I'm going to have it for a little while. So try my best to have a great experience. I want to see some really cool sights. I want to meet some really cool people and hike with some really cool people. And I want to see some cool trail towns. And I want to finish. That's the goals. This climb up Miller Peak is legit. Kind of south exposure. It's pretty warm today. It's a 3,000 foot climb, and it's steeper than the PCT. PCT is graded better than this. This one's kind of more, has switchbacks, but it's like straight up the side. Just got to the top of the trail at Miller Peak, so it was 3,000 feet, but pretty steep on an exposed climb on the first morning of the first day. I knew that was coming, but I guess I still think I'm on the PCT. I still got trail legs because it was hard. It was really hard. I made it. Morning of day 2, Arizona Trail. Last night I camped near this little creek and spring at about mile like 13. I fully intended to do more miles yesterday. Wow, that was really surprisingly difficult. A lot of snow, fair amount of heat at the beginning, and a lot of elevation. Man, it took me way longer to get through that than I expected, but interesting year to be doing this trail because of the amount of snow they've had. More snow than like in the last 40 years, they're saying, something like that. So we have to be ready for extreme heat in the low country and then snow in the high country. It's hard to say, like right now, there in front of us, there's just an incredible amount of snow in so many different places. Flagstaff has like 8 feet of snow. We have to walk to Flagstaff. I mean, yeah, it's 4 weeks away or 5 weeks away. Anything can happen, but I got my eye on that stuff. Made it to camp, did about just under 20 miles today. A lot better than yesterday. Still hard, still struggling with my trail legs and stuff, but it was a way easier day today. We didn't have any snow. Elevation change was a lot more mild, so it was just really cruisy. So yeah, I was able to do 20, and I know I'll continue to get stronger, but that's a good like baseline for me. Through hiking doesn't cure anything. After last year, how good I felt so good on the Pacific Crest Trail. I felt so whole, complete, and at peace. I felt like it was going to last. Like, it felt so strong. It felt like it had staying power. Come to find out, it didn't really fix anything. I ended up worse off than I was before I went, probably. I mean, it changed me in some good ways, but as far as like just mental health and how I feel on a day-to-day basis and anxieties and stuff, it didn't help. It didn't permanently help anything. So that's a real blow. It's like a real blow to me about doing these things. If it's just a temporary, if it's just a band-aid, you know, it makes me kind of wonder, is this how I should be spending my time? You know, is this meaningful enough? If it causes such a hangover, is that overall worth it? It's awesome in the moment, but if it's crushing overall, this year I have to make some hard decisions about how I want to live going forward. I love doing this stuff, but I'll get into it more as the hike goes on.
We may or may not be the loudest of voices. I look for the corners, I am the worries to afraid.
Hiking out of the town of Patagonia. That's my first trail town of the hike at about mile 50. I am walking on what is now the old Arizona Trail, because they have built a new bypass that you can stay in the mountains and skip the town of Patagonia. I did not want to skip the town of Patagonia. I was excited to see it, and I'm glad I did, because it was really cool. Really cool. Cool restaurants, a cool pub there, and we stayed at Tierra Sol, which is a kind of campground resort mostly for hikers and bike packers. Really cool. One of the nicest I've ever stayed at. That being said, I still have not fully embraced this hike. I met some really cool people yesterday and this morning. It makes me feel better, but I'm still not so sure about the terrain and just my mindset and stuff. So I find as I'm walking out of the town of Patagonia, I feel anxiety. Like, I feel my heart rate rising. I just kind of don't want to leave, but I also know I can't stay. So gotta keep doing it. Gotta keep going. But I'm hoping as more time passes, I'll get more and more comfortable out here. Usually that's how it goes.
Yeah, exactly. I was like 0.5.
Trail at the length that it is, 800 miles, like I'm basically an eighth done. And it's great. I feel like I'm getting all I want out of a through hike. I'm getting solitude, time to think, time to reevaluate, kind of reset. I'm meeting new people, seeing new places, getting to see a lot of cool nature. I'm getting to photograph stuff, video stuff. But I'm so glad So glad this year that I'm not going to be out here for 5 months. I'm telling you, there's a diminishing return in these hikes. There really is. I mean, a certain number of weeks is cool. I can tell you on the Pacific Crest Trail, by mile 1500, 80% of all the good things that come out of a through hike were done. I met largely all the people I was going to meet. I had plenty of time to think and plan and kind of plan my future, plan my next step, reevaluate everything in my life, just reset and renew everything. So basically, like, this is my theory, but 80% of a through hike's done by a mile, you know, of a big through hike's done by mile 1500. Or that was my experience. And so I'm just so glad that 800's cool. 800's cool. I might not get quite like the familial like bond without spending as much time with my trail family, but I'm getting a trail family and they're pretty cool people. And I'm just stoked that I'm not saying goodbye to my wife and dogs for 5 months, because it was hard. That was rough, and it's coming back to me now how rough that was. It's like, oh, I remember this. I remember this feeling of like, hey, I want to linger and savor this hike, but oh my God, I want to go home. And so I want to walk fast to get done so I can go home. So that internal struggle, I'm already feeling that again on this hike. Like, I want to charge to the Utah border, but then I'm like, what am I doing? I need to enjoy this too. So that's what happens when you have significant others and pets and stuff. I think some of these shorter through hikes should get more love. They really should. Hey, it may look dorky, but I'm telling you what, I'm a convert. These solar umbrellas, whatever you call them, sunshade umbrellas or whatever, ultralight umbrellas, this thing makes such a difference immediately. Man, it's like walking, all of a sudden it's like a cloudy day. It feels so much cooler. I can pull my hood and my hat off my head, let the air flow too, and not have to worry about the sun just beating on me. Oh, it's great. All right. Good to see you, man. If I had a free hand, I'd hug you.